Welcome to my kitchen. I'm Bubby Joan. This is my oldest son, Dan, also known as the cameraman. And this is Someone's in the Kitchen with Bubby Joan. He's the someone. Today we're making traditional Purim Hamantashen. And this is what Hamantashen look like. The little triangles. Maybe like Haman's. Oh, you're supposed to say boo when I say Haman. Okay. Haman. Like Haman's. Like Haman's hat. So I hope you know the story of Purim, and if not, you go on our website. No, not with Purim, only with Haman.
Purim, okay, Haman.
Purim.
Purim Haman.
You go on our website, mycityonthehill.org, and learn more about all the holidays and the dog. Okay, so these are Hamantashen, and these have look, chocolate tahini filling. That's this one. And these two are homemade fig jam filling. And this one is my favorite. It's poppy seed, or traditionally called mon. So, it's either Hamantashen,
Abu.
Or ha is the in Hebrew, mon, and tash is pockets. So tashen would be pockets. So that's two derivations of Hamantashen. But we're concerned that at Purim you learn that when the name Haman or Haman is said, you got to go boo, and there'll be noisemakers too. Ooh, we're having a party. Find out about that on the website too. All right, this recipe uses 3/4 cup of butter, which is a stick and a half, 2/3 cup of sugar, 1 egg, a teaspoon of vanilla, a teaspoon of grated orange rind. We used tangerine rind. Just adds that little flavor. It's not traditionally in the recipe, but if you want just a little, je ne sais quoi. 2 1/4 cups of flour and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And what we did was, and we're going to show you how to make the cookies. We're going to show you how to shape the cookies around the filling, and some of them are going to be this beautiful, I promise you, and some of them are going to be like this, but they're still really delicious. So join us now as we make traditional Hamantashen for Purim. All right, let's make Hamantashen. Our ingredients are 3/4 cup of butter. That's a stick and a half, because a stick is half a cup. And 2/3 cup of sugar. This is white sugar. You could use a little browner sugar, whatever sugar you want to use, because you're the cook. 1 egg. Teaspoon of vanilla. This is my homemade vanilla, and so sometimes I put a little more than a teaspoon in. Thanks, Sarah. Teaspoon of orange zest. And 2 1/4 cups of flour, 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Ooh, I went crazy on that. And if needed, a little bit of water, 1 to 5 teaspoons of water, just to get the dough to the right consistency. So we're going to start by creaming the butter and sugar. The butter's been out since middle of the night, and it's soft. And here's the sugar. If you don't have a KitchenAid mixer, you can use a handheld mixer, or you can do it the old-fashioned way and just cream it by hand. It's been known to be done before there were mixers. So we're going to cream this on low. Going to mix up. I'm going to show you in the meantime something about zesting that I learned. Supposed to be orange zest, but I had with tangerines. But here's a zester, and if you zest like this, then you got the zest going all over the place, who knows where. If you turn the zester over and you hold the orange or whatever, lemon, whatever, then you're zesting into the catch of the zester, and boom, easier. So, cream, let's do a little higher, nice and creamy. And creaming means making it creamy, okay? So we're going to have nice, pretty butter, you really can't see the sugar. It's going to get a little fluffy. And then we're going to add an egg. I always break my egg into a bowl first. So if the egg is bad, then I'll know it. And we'll just toss it out and start over again. There's my egg. The orange zest. We're good?
Mm-hmm.
I've added my orange zest. Salt. Oh, I did that, didn't I? Yeah, that was a lot of salt. Put it in the salt. And vanilla. So a teaspoon of vanilla. The vanilla. This is homemade vanilla. All it is a bunch of vanilla beans that I got on Amazon and some vodka. And they say the cheaper the vodka, the better the vanilla. So I get good old made in Texas vanilla at the liquor store. That's what I go to the liquor store for. Okay, so a teaspoon. And if it spills over a little bit, it's okay. It's delicious vanilla. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and mix this. Scrape it down. The sides first. Not a lot of stuff in here, so it's missing the sides. Okay, so. And now it's beautiful. Okay. Now we'll add the flour. You can sift it first. That would be nice. I didn't sift it. So this is 2 1/4 cups of flour. I'm just going to dump it in and let the mixer do the work. Carefully, and I always do this. It doesn't go all over the place. No. We're going to mix this till it's crumbly. So I'm going to mix it till it's there. Whenever you're making cookies, pie crust, whatever you're making, that's short. In other words, not with yeast, but actually no, this has no leaven in it. You don't want to over mix the flour because then that creates glutens, which is great for bread, but not for everything else. So always, stop just a little short. And the instructions are to knead this by hand. I guess I will. I was going to use the kneading attachment. You could probably do that, but I think it needs a little tender, loving care. So here I am on my beautiful marble stone, where the magic happens. This is where the challah gets made. This is where anything beautiful goes. Okay. So this is not like kneading bread. This is more like biscuits. You ever make biscuits? You just kind of knead gently to get everything incorporated. Of course, the heat of your hands helps. But we don't want too much heat or we won't be able to roll out and cut the dough well. So this is the advantage, another advantage of the marble stone is that it's cold. This is going to allow me to cheat. All right. Ordinarily, you will, I think this looks kneaded enough. And by the way, the orange zest is not necessarily something you have to do. It just adds a really nice flavor. So at this point, we will put the dough, plastic wrap, make it kind of a disc shape, wrap it up in plastic wrap, and throw in the refrigerator for 3 hours so it gets nice and firm. And cut. Okay. We take the dough out of the refrigerator, and I'm going to do a trick that I just read about, and that's to roll it out between sheets of parchment paper. I love parchment paper. So here we go. Again, we got a marble slab and a marble rolling pin. So that's going to affect how anytime you make cookies or anything like that that you want to keep cool, this is the way to go. Oops. Okay, so if it's going to be tough, it's tough to roll. We're just going to kind of bang it a little bit, be rough. Ideally, we want 1/4 inch thick Hamantaschen. So I'm going to get 3 dozen out of this batch. That's going to be a quicker bake, 10 minutes as opposed to up to 25 minutes for a thicker. You know, it'll make it more delicate Hamantaschen, where the if you go thicker, you're going to have more cookie to chew. So you're the baker, it's up to you. But if you want 3 dozen out of this recipe, you need to go with the 1/4 inch. So it wasn't bad. Let's see what kind of thickness I have. Somewhere between 1/8 and 1/4. So let's peel back the top layer. Go up somewhere. I'm going to use a 3-inch cookie cutter. This is an old Tupperware cookie cutter. Right? Use the things that you have. So we're going to, again, you don't want to overwork flour dough. So cut your circles as close together as possible. Because yes, you re-roll the scraps, but you don't want to re-roll the scraps too many times. Because every time you roll them, they're going to be a little tougher. So, you get it. We're going to put just 1 teaspoon of filling on each cookie. I know it's tempting to do more, but then they'll just leak out all over the place. So, I'm going to have self-restraint. Oh, that's it. Okay. So, leave the scraps behind when I make the cookies. I have standing by a cookie sheet, 2 cookie sheets actually, with parchment paper. These are short enough, they have enough butter that they probably would not stick to just a cookie sheet, but why risk it? All right, well, that one's 1/4 inch. That's why you plan to make more than you need. Okay, and as we spoke about, this is Moan or poppy seed seasoning. This is the traditional filling. This is a traditional filling for Hamantaschen. Not everybody likes it. I am a seed person. I love seeds any way I can get them. So I love poppy seed filling. So just, again, and it should be a measuring spoon, teaspoon, not like a big coffee teaspoon. So you put just a little bit on each one. A little bit goes a long way. And you probably have to use fingers to get it off. Oh, what a shame. A couple of those poppy seed. I have some homemade fig jam, and it was really runny. So I put it in the refrigerator inside in a strainer overnight on top of a mixing measuring cup, and got nice and thick. You really don't want runny jam in your Hamantaschen. These. And then the other thing is, this is from Israel, chocolate tahini. What could be bad, right? So I'm going to do a little dollop of chocolate tahini on a few of these. I've never done this with chocolate tahini. Now you can use, oh my gosh, any kind of jam. The other traditional filling is prune lekvar, which is prunes cooked down, a little orange zest, and I guess some sugar. They're pretty sweet though. That's another traditional filling. But anything you feel like, nuts and cinnamon. What else? first. Nice. Okay, so now you can see my practice Hamantaschen. But you know what? It'll still be delicious. We're making triangles, remember. Triangular, like triangular hats. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 1/3 of the dough down, and then another third from here, and then the other third from here. Tuck that filling in. You don't want to, it's nice to have it showing. Okay, and then all you do is pinch the edges. And ta-da! Well, it's almost a pinwheel. Nobody's going to complain, I promise you. They don't have to look perfect because they're going to taste perfect. You imagine that with the orange and the vanilla and the seeds, which I love. Okay, so it tastes perfect to me. Just fold, 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 and you can make them perfect if you want, if you're that kind of person. This one doesn't have any filling. You want the filling to stick out a little bit because you want people to know what they're getting ahead of time. And that's how you make Hamantaschen. So now we're going to put them in the oven. These will probably take, I'm saying if it's 10 minutes for an 1/8 inch and 25 for a quarter, these are going to be 15, 18 minutes maybe. We'll watch them carefully while we bake. Hopefully you have a window in your oven. And you just want them lightly browned. But you'll see they'll spread out a little bit. And we'll have Hamantaschen. Here's an alternate way to shape your Hamantaschen. Just grab the sides and pinch them together. Okay? Actually, I think the way I used to do it when I was a kid. I learned how to do it. So again, I'll show you. Okay. Just grab like that, put it together. With my thicker dough too. So I say my thumbs are making one side, 2 fingers on that side, 2 fingers on that side. Boom. And pinched. Okay, now you can. So we will bake them again, 10, 15 minutes maybe 18 at 350 degrees. Just when you think you know all about Hamantaschen, there's another way to shape the Hamantaschen. And it's actually a little better because you're not going to have leftovers and be re-rolling leftovers. So these are my leftovers. And what you're going to do is take, I think it's like a walnut-sized piece of dough and make a ball and then press it. What am I going to press it with, Joan? That's not going to work. Yeah, I'm going to press it with my hand. And press it. And there you have your circle. You're not overworking the dough. And if you don't like rolling with a rolling pin or you don't have a rolling pin, this is a great way to do it. Made these and taught their children. Isn't that half the fun? Passing on the traditions. Oh, it's so nice. I'm not getting any filling on my marble board. Woohoo! Okay, so these in the air, I think. And be careful not to let the filling leak out. Delicious but messy. Here we go.